Hello and welcome. This is Dirty Saxophone. This time we're going to be talking about Microsoft and the fact that I actually think that Microsoft doesn't hate gaming. Before you get up in arms, please watch the rest of the video. So, those of us who follow the gaming industry are likely aware that Xbox has fallen into a downward spiral. That's putting it lightly. Console price hikes, Game Pass price hikes, studio closures, and Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, stating that gaming is not competing with gaming when referring to Xbox versus PlayStation. He believes that gaming is competing with short-form entertainment like Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and TikTok Reels, right? All of this is resulting in a downright calamitous situation at Xbox. But anyway, let's really get into it. As I tend to say at the beginning of my videos, I'm a new content creator, so please bear with me as I get good. I've watched several very informative and highly entertaining videos about this matter. Bellular, Mr. Matty Plays, and several more. Bellular in particular mentioned probably the most accurate take. Not verbatim here, but basically that Microsoft doesn't hate Xbox. It just doesn't care about it. The most entertaining take, though, admittedly, was from another content creator who called the CEO a scumbag. Now, I disagree with the statement, but it is by far one of my favorite takes that I've seen, because I love the passion. But let's get into why it's wrong. At its foundation, and Satya has said this himself, Microsoft is all about that Windows operating system, and understandably so. It's a big part of societal infrastructure. Societal infrastructure. Our society legit runs on their product. Their product revolutionized society. And Satya likely got hired as the CEO for having the kind of intellect and interest, philosophy required to continue to transform the world, or at the very least, not to allow the company to fall behind the times. These days, that means jumping on AI. Before, it meant jumping on virtual reality, which didn't create much of a return from what it looks like. But AI is different. Even layfolk like myself can identify the potential there and even benefit from it. Making thumbnails has never been easier, but that's a video for another time. What is gaming to a company like that? Close to nothing. But Satya does say that Xbox was always another medium into which their operating system could be offloaded. Satya has come out and said that Xbox had always been intended to serve their main product somehow, that being the Windows operating system. So I did some light research and found out about Jonathan Blackley, the designer of the very first Xbox, who apparently was hired by then CEO Bill Gates because he was impressed with one of his video games. So it would appear that back then, Microsoft believed that gaming was a fine medium in which to grow their operating system, likely by pushing the limits. Never mind all of the other aspects to do with gaming though. Honestly, can't blame Bill Gates for that though. Microsoft is going to be Microsoft, and outside of testing and growing their operating system, gaming itself means nothing to their agenda. The appeal of gaming is in the art form of storytelling. It brought stories to children using a more accessible and appealing medium. While some of us love books, let's be honest, it's easier to get kids to play video games than it is to get them to open a book. Another appeal in gaming is the gameplay experience, which is generated via creative gameplay mechanics. This appeal is generally the first hook, the one that brings the kids in, and if we're lucky, these kids learn to enjoy the stories too. Some encounter tragic ends, stuck in games like FIFA and Madden or Call of Duty, living off of relatively the same exact experience in terms of gameplay mechanics over the years, and storylines that might as well have been AI generated at this point. These two appeals together are brought to bear generally by the better game developers out there though. Team Cherry and FromSoft, Once Upon a Time, Bungie, and Bethesda. Ignoring that much of the technology we use in day-to-day life first appeared in sci-fi novels, basically in the imaginations of storytellers that lived during times when gaming and movies didn't even exist as an entertainment medium, all of this means nothing to Microsoft. Puzzles don't matter to them either, ignoring the studies saying that routine puzzle solving helps fight dementia. At the basest level, I believe that games are just that, puzzles that we have to solve. Some have better, more engaging gaming mechanics, and others are just bad. But this argument is honestly pathetic. Imagine trying to make a case at Microsoft that they should continue to care about gaming because imagination funds technology, and that some of us might not get dementia if we continue to have good video games. I'll get laughed out of the room, guys. The worst part is that now they've decided to move away from this testing phase and straight up feed us the same Windows OS that runs on personal computers via a quote-unquote hybrid console. I'm gonna guess that console is gonna be more PC than it is gonna be console, but we'll find out. There has been a little bit of backlash to the ROG Ally, people saying that they didn't like how the Windows operating system on it ran, so maybe they'll go in the other direction. I doubt it though. If you take a moment to think about everything, despite the fact that Microsoft didn't get into the gaming industry for gaming's sake, they weren't exactly stingy in terms of support. They didn't fight the big acquisition. I'm not the type to point fingers here, but you know what? I'm gonna just stay quiet on that front. Microsoft approved $75 billion to be used to acquire Activision. The $7 billion for ZeniMax is chump change in comparison, but I'm gonna mention it anyway. Amy Hood and Satya Nadella would have to be insane not to take a look at the resulting mess. All in all, we had a good run, my friends. Microsoft FAFO'd, but at least we got Halo and Gears of War out of it. If you're wondering what you should do as someone using a $700 gaming laptop together with an Xbox Series X to create content, just be ready to jump ship. Make informed decisions. Don't treat Xbox like a sports team and go where you get the most bang for your buck. That's what I'm doing while hoping for the best. I mean, I'm horrified by the concept that Microsoft makes more money by shutting down game studios than it does from allowing them to make video games. But Satya, Amy, Phil, someone, why aren't you selling your IPs as well? I find myself hoping they shut down Bethesda and sell the Fallout IP to, I don't know, Larian Studios. I'm no expert, but I'm guessing somebody would have been willing to pay for the rights to Perfect Dark, right? I mean, I'll give them $20 for it and let somebody do something with it. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, please remember to like and subscribe. If you didn't enjoy, hit the dislike button, but don't be a coward. Head to the comments and let me know why you didn't like it. I'm always in the market for constructive criticism. Hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed. See you on the next one.